Hey, my followers and my friends, it's Prince Nana here on the Prince Nana Show, and I wanted to thank you all. Thank you all for coming down, subscribing, showing your support, sharing, so on and so forth. It's really a humbling experience to be doing something that I love my way. I really appreciate it. Today I have a good show for you guys. But before we get into the show, I just wanted to again send my condolences to the entire Shad Gaspard family and his friends. I also wanted to send my condolences to Hana and her friends and family and the whole Stardom company. And I also wanted to send my condolences to George Floyd, all right? His family, his friends, the entire country in regard to his death on national television. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I couldn't do another podcast or do any type of appearance without actually talking about this. And you know, to know, all right, that there are despicable law enforcement people out there, all right, that would do something so down and dirty, all right, to a human being, all right. Things that people wouldn't even do to animals, all right, were done to Mr. George Floyd, all right. And there needs to be a change, all right. There needs to be a fundamental ideology against racism, period, in this country and in the world, all right. There's no need for it. We're all in this together. We've all built history together. Why bring the other person down? And what makes matters worse, the person at the top of the American pulpit, the person we're supposed to look up to, it seems like he's igniting, all right, hate, all right, and uncertainty. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to just tell you to remember that there's still love in this world, all right? There's love. And love will overcome hate if we all get together. I know there's people out in Minneapolis, Minnesota, you know, really tearing the place down. And I'm not mad at them. And the places that they're tearing down, all right, the stores, you know, it has no type of value compared to the value of a life, all right? I mean, what value does a store being burned down have against a man being lynched in 2020 on national television by people who are supposed to protect us? All right? This is a call to all of my friends, my black friends, all right? My white friends, my Chinese friends, my Middle Eastern friends, my Israeli friends, my Arab friends, all of my friends and followers. Let's get together and let's start to think, all right? And actually implement a way to change and make this country what it should be. And that's great. And I think we can do that peacefully. I think we can do it strategically, all right? But we have to be firm, all right? I understand the protest, all right? And I support it, all right? But ladies and gentlemen, we really have to do more, all right? And that's getting out there, talking to the communities, not just sitting at home behind the cameras. We need to go out there and we need to fight, all right? And you guys know what I mean. And when I say you guys, I'm not just talking about my people, all right, which are the black people. I'm not just talking about the black people. I'm talking about all people against racism, all right? But ladies and gentlemen, today I have a really good friend, all right? A deep friend coming down to the show today, all right? He is from the Platinum Award-winning music group Drew Hill. He's an original member of that great group out of Baltimore, Maryland, all right? And he's gonna come out here and share with us his story, all right? His story of success, all right? His story of change, all right? And the story of who he is today, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my good friend, all right, Woody James Green. Oh my gosh, is it who I think it is? Are you there, Mr. Woody
Hey, hey,
J.
hey.
Green? Huh?
What's up, man?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's been way too long, man. How you been?
I know, man. Good. How about you?
I've been hanging in there. I've been trying to stay, as liquefied as possible, trying to keep my vitamin C up. Did I interrupt you? Did I interrupt you with this interview? Were you with a bunch of beautiful ladies drinking champagne right now? Do you want me to call you back?
Man, I wish I'm social distancing. I
Man.
wish that's what I was doing, though.
Oh man, it's good to. How you been, brother? What you been up to?
Good, bro. Just working and trying my best to stay out of the way for real.
No, trust me, I know. The way you just said that, trust me, I understand. With all the COVID-19 going on, it's the
Yeah,
best thing to do. Stay. I mean, I know you for like over 20 something years now, and you've been staying away from people since then.
for real. But social distancing before social distancing was cool, like Roddy Piper would say.
That's right. That's right. You
Oh
know,
man.
for anyone who is joining the podcast for the first time, the Prince Nana Show, you know, uh, remind them who you are exactly. Who is Mr. James Green, Woody Rock?
Man, for anybody who would know me, they would know me from about 23 years ago, I think,
That's right.
singing from guys from Baltimore called Drew Hill.
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
What a big, 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 big group in
Ha.
in the music industry. Man. I mean, were you always friends with the rest of the guys? Woody, I'm not Woody. You're Woody. Were you always friends with Nokia and Cisco and Jazz from when you were a kid? When did you guys meet?
Hey, I met Cisco in middle school. We went to the same school called Northeast Middle School. And he used to dance. Him and another guy by the name of Milo, they were dancers, so they were like known all throughout the school
Right.
for dancing. And I met him in a class, and both of us drew, so we would like show our drawings back and forth to each other. And I used to rap, so I used to give him my raps to read. We wasn't doing our work. I would give him like raps to read, and I would wish that he could teach me how to dance like that, but I knew I wasn't gonna be able to pick it up, so I didn't even answer that.
I mean, forget it. I mean, over the years, obviously, you learned a thing or two because I remember I used to see you at the House of Blues. Really, not even the House of Blues. Almost all of the videos and the shows you were over there getting it in, man. You were really like strutting your stuff on stage on the dancing tip.
Hey, bro, try. Like you said, over the years, a little better. But man, every night when we would go, when everybody else would be back at the hotel relaxing, I was with like the
Yeah,
choreographers
yeah,
trying to get my stuff a little
that's
better
right.
so that I
That's
could
right.
get it get it in with everybody else.
That's right. A lot of the problem with today's generation in all of the entertainment business and maybe all of the industries, period, is that people just don't like believe in themselves. If you put a little practice in, sometimes you can do it. You can become something. Don't you agree? Or you think I'm talking crazy?
Just Nah, that's very true, man. It's like anything you want to become, you got to put in that groundwork
Right.
because it's not just going to come to you just by you just sitting around twiddling your thumbs. You got to put that
Who
work in.
who are some of your favorite recording artists right now in all of music? It can be R&B, hip hop, country music. It can be folk music, whichever one you like. Which who do you like right now in music?
And to be totally honest with you, I don't listen to a lot of the music right now. I still listen. I got all my stations set on the old school stuff.
So then let's ask you this question then. Who is one of your favorite
Yeah,
who's one of your favorite recording artists of all time?
man, Stevie
Wow.
Wonder, Yeah, definitely Stevie, like from his pen to his voice to the subject matter that he touched on in his music, like the different subjects that he would talk about. I would love to hear a new project from him if that would be
Oh man,
possible,
if
you know?
please anything, if he just keeps putting music out every day, I would listen to it. Did you ever meet Stevie?
Heck yeah. Man,
Oh yeah.
couple times. Like we met him. Yeah, Nelson Mandela had a when Nelson Mandela first came home, he did a little series of concerts, and he put together the people that he wanted on the concerts, like his favorites, which was like Stevie Wonder, Shaka Khan, and people like that, legends like that.
Wow.
And he asked his grandbabies who would they like to see, and his grandbabies said they wanted to see
Oh
us.
wow.
So we ended up on those shows and like kicking it with Stevie and Shaka and all of them, and got to take pictures.
So you were in
And
Cape
Nelson
Town? You
Mandela's
were in
like,
Cape
yo,
Town, South Africa?
yeah, we did Durban and we did
Oh
Johannesburg.
wow,
That's the two that he had us there
oh
for.
wow, I know that was such an unbelievable experience. The next place we have to drag you out to is Ghana, huh? We have to have you do a big show out there. Maybe
Man,
a
that'd be
gospel
dope.
show. Maybe a gospel show.
That'd be
Are you
dope.
still,
Is that your home?
huh?
Is that your home?
That's where I'm from. You know that for many years. Ghana, West Africa.
Nice,
Come on,
yeah.
come on. That's where we are.
Heck yeah, man. We got to go hit them
Oh
up.
yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
sir.
You're gonna have a nice time out there. Great experience. Hey, some of your
Shit,
ancestors might be from there too.
shit, they might be. I wouldn't doubt it at all.
So do you even stay in contact with any of the guys from the group?
I
Bruno?
stay in contact with the guy who took over for me when I left, Teo.
Oh, Tay, I love that guy's voice. He has a great voice, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, we actually, his birthday is September 9th. My birthday is September the 10th.
Oh, and my
So, like, every year for our birthdays, we kind of like bring our birthdays, bring his out and bring mine in
you know
together.
what, you
We try to
guys,
make that a practice.
all you people born in that month, my mom is September 4th. All right. And so is
Hey,
Beyonce. All right. You guys are all great
yeah, she
people.
surely
You
is.
guys are great
You
people.
know, KC from Jodeci,
Oh
too.
yeah?
KC from
Oh
Jodeci
my
is, yeah,
God.
I think it's the third.
You
Yeah.
know, Casey, Casey is one of my favorite singers, of our
Man.
generation, man. How is he doing?
Man, I haven't talked. The last I talked to him was, I want to say a year ago, and actually Teo was performing with him, singing with him on his show, and told Teo to call me up because they came to DC and invited me down, and me and him and actually Jazz from my old group actually came too, and we all ended up on stage
Oh
together.
wow,
Like
I know
we didn't plan it.
that was big. I know
Yeah,
that was just big for where was that in your hometown?
this This was in Washington D.C., like a half hour away from me, like, and it was like unplanned because we just came out to support Teo and also as fans of K and being fans of Jodeci since it was a Jodeci because that was like one of the biggest influences on the group and like one of my favorite
Oh
groups.
man.
Like I didn't want to name a whole bunch of people when you was like who was my all time favorites, but they definitely right up there
I
too. It's
know.
like the Winans. My Mount Rushmore is like the Winans, Commission, Jodeci, and Stevie Wonder.
Right. You know what? That's one of the greatest lists I've ever heard because all of those
Yeah,
people are in there are musically inclined and have like really great songs that just are timeless. It's a really great
yeah,
thing. It's a really great thing.
yeah,
You know
man.
what is I was trying to like figure this out because I know like, being in the pro wrestling business, I'm in the pro wrestling entertainment business, record business, all that.
Shoot,
But
man.
in the pro wrestling business, you can get a little sidetracked sometimes with the ladies and the drinking and maybe a little bit of the gambling. When you are on the road heavy, was that
Man.
a problem for you?
Oh, the ladies, yeah. And the ladies and yeah, kind of sort of like the drinking too. I never got into gambling because I don't like taking chances. Like if I'm paying for something, I want something tangible that I can have in my hand.
Right.
I don't like when I'm spending my money and I'm not getting nothing. and they want you to keep on sitting at the table or sitting at the machine or
Right,
whatever
right,
until you get better, and it never get better.
right, right.
So nah, the couple times I tried it, they ain't work out too good for me. But the other two definitely had my share of run-ins with
Oh,
those.
I
Yeah.
can imagine. I can imagine that. And what made you go run away? Huh? You ran away from the lifestyle. Huh? You left it behind you. All right. I remember. I just woke up one morning because again I know you from almost the beginning, and I wake up one
Man, you
morning.
took one of my favorite pictures, not to cut you off, but you took one of the most important pictures in my album, man. The picture of me and my mom at
Oh
one of
my
the
God! Rest in
events
peace.
that we did like very early on. Yeah, man.
Oh man, I
I
remember
still
that. I
like
remember that event that I took that picture with you and your mom. Rest in peace. That she was a beautiful, beautiful woman,
appreciate it.
and I know that she was
Yes, sir.
she was a huge, huge role model for you. And I really am happy and
Oh yeah.
grateful that she raised you the way that she did, my friend.
She appreciate it, man.
Do
Shout
you
out to
have
her and
brothers
my
and
pop,
sisters?
man. Yeah, it's four of us, two girls and two guys.
Oh, okay, good. So everybody is staying safe. Are they in the music business or the entertainment business?
Nah, my little brother and sisters should be. Well, they have the talent to be,
Oh,
but they
really?
just be doing so much stuff. My little brother can sing his tail off,
Oh,
and my little sister can dance like with the best of them. Like
oh
she
man.
got that footwork.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
man.
have to send me a demo tape soon, all right? I might be doing some
Oh yeah.
hiring for the embassy. All right. I need some
Oh
backup
man, yeah.
dancers. I'm coming out with a record soon. You know that, right?
Hey, I know that's right.
So why did you run away from the lifestyle, the beautiful women, the money? All right. You what was it that made you stop? I know personally that you are a very God fearing person, and
Oh
I
yeah.
love people like that. All right. But
Appreciate
besides
it.
that, all right, because everyone wants to say that's the go to thing. But I know that there was something else. Why did you stop? Why did you leave that lifestyle behind you, Woody?
It's like it felt like to me that sometimes you get to try stuff. I saw a meme one time that says sometimes God will let you have exactly what you wanted so that you can see that it wasn't what you needed.
Right.
And it really wasn't the way that I thought. Like behind this, it's so much different behind the scenes than it is where everybody sees when the production is on stage and in front of their faces and on television.
Right.
So like a lot of the behind the scene politics were the things that were very like unattractive to me.
Give me an example of one of those instances because there was a special on television recently
Hmm.
and it caused quite a stir and I was afraid to call you as a friend. I'm not going to lie to you. As a friend, I wanted to call you and make sure you are okay, but I saw your post. Hey, you were like, hey,
See, I appreciate
nobody better hit me up asking me about this real stuff.
that.
And I was like, oh, let me leave this
Oh
guy
man.
alone before he chop my head off. All right. I just want to give him
Nah,
some
man,
fufu.
you
I
good.
just
You
wanted to give
always
you
good.
some fufu so you could feel better. All right. But
I
after I
appreciate it,
saw
man.
that show, all right, I think it was on TV1 or something, you know,
Oh yeah.
what, you know, it's scary, my friend. Like, what was going on at that time? There was people getting beat up, this and that. Like, what was happening?
Oh, you talk about what happened in Paris?
I don't. Yeah, I think it was in Paris when it was a part of it where there was like a big altercation, just
Oh,
in
that in
general with the
Atlanta.
whole group.
The thing that went down in Atlanta, that was a dispute between the group's manager and
Kevin Peck,
the
right?
president of the record label and the lawyer, our lawyer, like everybody. It was like a battle royal. It was like a brawl for it all, man. Like it would have fit, and it was, and it happened in real life, but it almost seemed like a storyline
And that's what it seemed
from
like.
wrestling. Yeah,
It's crazy
yeah, that
because
was crazy.
it's crazy because watching it unfold on the television, they have a storyboard and all that, and people are telling their story from recollection. But
Right.
you actually lived this. Was it like a time in your life where you thought your life was threatening, like it was threatened?
And not at that particular event. That was more so like those guys going at it. If on that point in that event, it was more like we thought our careers, our musical careers might have been over because everybody who we came into the game with was all at each other's heads.
Right.
So We was like, man, this what's gonna happen is everybody gonna end up beefing and we gonna end up getting sent home.
Right.
But did you go to How Can I Be Down the year that we did How Can I Be
I
Down? I
did.
think it was like
I
96 or
believe,
97.
I believe I was there, or I was at the one the year after. But I do remember that event. I was working for Island Black Music at the time.
Right. Me and Cisco almost died that night because it was a performance, and I don't want to say the name of the group who
Oh,
was
you
on
don't
stage
have to.
performing because
Right.
they might not appreciate it, but it was a group on stage singing, and then out of nowhere, there just happened a shootout, and it was like
What?
bullets flying behind our heads, and we wasn't scared. For some reason, it seemed like it was like the Matrix or something. Like we was looking at each other, like, "Yo, you see that? Yo, it's a glad." We was like Beavis and Butthead, just stand there laughing and giggling. And a shout out to a guy by the name of Sean Sanders, who picked both of us up because in the beginning, early beginning of our career, we was all skinny. So
Right,
the guy
right.
was Cisco probably still skinny. I ain't seen him in a while, but I was skinny too back then. And the guy picked me up over one shoulder and picked him up over another shoulder and ran out with us
He
in there,
hauled
like
out of
basically
there.
saved our lives.
Oh my gosh! Thank God for him.
Yeah, for real.
That's those are the things that I didn't really appreciate about the music industry. Sometimes there were a lot of times where it was a lot of iffy situations, and it reminded
Yeah,
me of the streets, and I just kind of didn't appreciate those things. But you know that
right.
it was very kind of like freak situations. How do you think? Do you think Drew Hill is going to be remembered 10 years from now?
I think so because it's a certain era
You kind
that
of
we
cut out.
were
You
able
kind
to
of
be
cut
a
out
part
there.
of.
Sorry about that, Woody. You cut out. You kind
Oh,
of
no
cut out.
problem.
You said I was asking, do you think Drew Hill is going to be remembered 10 years from now?
I believe so because we were part of, in my mind, we were part of the last era of like real singers. Whereas though you had to be able to sing and actually perform your stuff live,
Right,
as opposed to right after us, there came out groups that wasn't even singing, like they were just on stage lip syncing
right,
and dancing real good.
right.
So it's like we were in the last era, like us, 112,
Jagged
Next,
Edge.
and
Right,
Jagged Edge, and
right.
all of us were a part of the last era, where as though you had to really be able to sing and do your stuff live. So when people think about that, then our stuff probably would come up pop into their minds as far as that goes.
Can I be honest with you, Woody? All right.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, this is so embarrassing. You know,
Oh
you
man.
guys, that first album, all right. Welcome is was it Enter the Drew?
Now that's the second one. The
That
first one, I think it was just called Drew Hill.
Drew Hill, right?
I think that yeah. We were
You
sitting
you
down at
guys
the table.
basically you guys basically taught me how to sing. I mean,
Oh snap.
I always was a singer and a whistler and a performer, but when it came to the breathing, all right, and the this and the that, you guys and like Kelly Price and you guys, man, I used to listen to all of your music. You guys really, really helped me out. I appreciate that, man.
Shoot, man, that's an honor, man. And you name somebody else who's a favorite of mine too, right there.
I love
Gotta
Kelly.
put on for the ladies, man. That Kelly is something special.
She is very special. I love her. And if she's
Oh my
listening to this,
goodness.
I love you, Kelly Price. Please, I really
Me
do
too.
love you.
Hmm.
Let me just, because I don't want to waste all of your time. I know that you are a
Oh,
busy
you
guy.
good.
What are you doing these days? Are you still in the music industry? Are you working in corporate America? What are you doing these days, Woody?
Man, I dip and dab and do like hooks. I might do a hook for some of my friends that rap or something like that.
Right?
But for the most part, I'm just a regular, enjoying a regular, like low key nine
Good.
to five style
Very
life,
good.
man. I
Very
just
good.
go to work where I can work and come home every day and don't have to live out of a suitcase. I can
Right.
just leave
Right.
my job at home, leave my job at the job when I come home, and don't have to worry about getting a call saying, "Oh, well, we told you that you was gonna be off for the next couple of days, but we need you in Germany tonight." Then we
That-
Style is definitely I respect those who are able to maintain that lifestyle. But for a guy like me, I'm like, man, that's a bit much.
Yeah, no, I could totally understand it. You patched out a little bit, but then you patched back in. But I could totally understand where you're coming from with all of that. You know, it's a really really crazy time in our country right now,
Yes,
Woody.
it is.
All right. Obviously, we were talking about the COVID, 19 thing, and I hope that you and the entire family are safe. All right,
Oh
and
yeah,
staying.
man. You too, bro.
You know, what do you think the state of the United States is right now, and the state of like even the music business or just the world? What do you think is gonna happen?
Man, all I can do
And
is
and
just
I know you might want to start getting religious. You can get religious if you want, but this is my show. I don't care. Everybody
my
can
man.
talk the way they want to talk.
My man, I just pray for the best, man, because it's like when you look at so many changes, it's kind of hard to imagine, and y'all don't want to sound pessimistic, but it's kind of hard to imagine things going back to normal,
Right.
like anytime soon, because like when certain things happen, it's never the same. Like think about after 9/11 happened, it's still not the same for catching a plane that the way that it was before that
Right.
happened.
Right.
Like
Right.
my family was very tight and my family used to watch me and go all the way to the gate with me. Like my whole family would come to the airport and wave at the plane and stuff when we was leaving.
Right.
And now if you ain't got no ticket, it's only
You
so
ain't
far
coming
that you could
nowhere.
go.
Right.
Exactly. And so I wonder, are we ever gonna be able to, like take the mask off? Like it kind of like make me feel a kind of way, like when you go to the grocery store and like people really look at each other, we all looking at each other as if we are the disease, like,
Yeah.
and don't let
Yeah.
somebody cough or sneeze around you. It's like
Yeah.
almost a fight, you know?
Please. Somebody sneezed around me the other day. I almost like I hauled ass. I started
Exactly.
running down the other way. You
Exactly.
know,
Yeah.
it's really really a sad state of affairs when it comes to that, and it's something that it's I don't know. I think, what do you think? People who might be nervous or they don't know what to do. What do you think is the best thing that they should do during these times?
And just pray and try our best to, like stay within the guidelines of what we're being asked to do, you know, but at the same time, don't try our best not to let ourselves be overtaken by fear because fear weakens the immune system, believe it or not. So it's like the more afraid everybody is, the more chance it is that you're going to get sick, you know?
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. Woody, do you have any kids?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I don't either. All right. I would love to have some. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. All right.
Right.
There were a couple of scares. All right.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of scares that I had throughout my tenure here. All
Right.
right. But I've been lucky enough to not have any. But when I think about having kids in this, world right now, it's kind of scary.
It
But when you
is.
have kids, yeah, it's kind of scary, because you see Audrey got shot down for taking a jog. All right.
Wow.
A young, nice looking man. All right. Good
Yeah.
guy. Looks smart. He looked like a smart guy.
Yeah.
All right. Get for taking a jog
Right.
in Georgia. All right. What kind of world is this that we're living in, huh?
Man,
It's something else, and it's definitely, the only thing that anyone can do is have faith in God. So I
that's
definitely
true.
understand why, you promote the gospel the way that you do.
Oh
Are
yeah.
you still promoting the gospel as much as you can, like with gospel music, or are you not doing gospel music anymore?
Hey, I'm actually with a couple of my friends. We do make music called truth music, which is like really based even more on the Bible because like sometimes some gospel music is based off of like, I don't know, like ideas that people have that's like separate from the Bible. But the
Right.
music we make is like strictly straight out of the Bible. Like
Oh,
the stuff we do is like we can give like most of the songs we do got a chapter and a verse in front of the song before we even start singing or rapping or
So they
whatever. We
so
gonna
they
tell you the
know,
verse.
right,
Yeah, like
right.
the
They know
old,
exactly where you're going.
yeah, just like we was talking about with the R&B music, made a detour from the original way that it was. I feel like gospel music as a whole, it's still some artists that stand true to the original format, but like a lot of gospel music had made a little detour too from the way that it was back when I was growing up and you was growing up, you know?
Right.
And
It's
we
a lot
more
more.
purists.
Right, right. It's a lot more commercialized and not
Right.
taking. Yeah, I don't want to take nothing away from the. It's still they're getting the word out, but
Yeah.
at the same time, we understand what's going on behind the scenes. I definitely
Right.
understand where
Right.
you're coming from, and that's a whole different discussion that I'm gonna
Yes,
drag
it
you
is.
back onto the show about one day.
Yes,
But
sir.
a lot of people don't know this. All right, I know this. Because you know that. Since we've known each other, I've been in the wrestling business almost all my career, knowing you.
Heck yeah.
People don't know that you're a big, big, big wrestling fan, man. You used to even work out and walk around with the world championship belt to the
Hey, you remember
studio,
that?
everywhere to photo shoots. I even have pictures with you with the belt on in the studio,
Yo, you
man.
gotta send me them. I had
I'm gonna look
yes, when
for
you
it.
get
I'm
a
gonna look
chance,
for it.
if you can find, please. Heck
I'll look
yeah.
for it and I'll send it to you. So, were you always a wrestling fan? Who got you into wrestling?
Man, my cousin Adrian, when in 1984, like right around the time when Hulk Hogan, and I think it was before Hulk Hogan won the belt for the first time. It was when Sergeant Slaughter and Bob Backlund used to fight all the time. And he's 4 years older than me, so he was into it. So whatever he was into, I automatically like I looked up to him. So whatever he liked, I liked. And
You
then
jumped right on it.
right, so when Hulk Hogan won the belt, that was around the time when I first got into it. When superstars of wrestling used to come on at like 11 o'clock in Baltimore, right after the news, 11:30, and then
Right,
the
right.
other one used to come on at 4. I forget the name of the other one. They used to come on at 4, and I used to sneak out to bed and go back out and watch wrestling.
Probably superstars
Yeah,
or something.
yep, with Bruno Sammartino hosting and Bruno Sammartino, Vince McMahon, and Jesse the Body at night. And the daytime
Right,
one was Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan was hosting it.
right, right.
Yeah,
Wow,
man.
those were the golden ages of wrestling,
Yes, they
man.
were.
When was the last time you went to a wrestling show? I know the last time I saw you at a wrestling show was for ROH out in Baltimore. But when
Yep.
was the last time you went to a show? Do you
Nah,
still go to the
that's the last time
WWE
I
show?
went when I was hanging with you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's maybe a couple, maybe 3, 4 years ago,
Yep.
man.
Man,
Mm,
always a good time too, man. I thank you so much.
very much
I
so.
met so many of my
Absolutely, man.
favorites for just from being around you. You know, I
who,
met Jim
who's
Cornette,
who?
man. Like, who'd have ever thought
Oh
I'd have met
man,
Jim
he's.
Cornette? You know, and my man Jay
Let me
Lethal.
tell you something. Jay Lethal's a good guy.
Heck yeah.
You met two really popular guys too, right? From Baltimore.
Who that?
Velveteen Dream.
He from Baltimore? I
Yeah,
didn't know
man,
that.
you met him. Yeah, you met him. I introduced you to him in Baltimore, and you took a picture with him and Leo
Yep,
Rush.
and I was about to ask you about Leo because I followed this one page on YouTube and they just did a story on him. I didn't know he was a musical artist.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
he's really, really good.
he
He
is.
didn't. It's funny because I know Leo and stuff but he never really, and he knew I was in the industry and I introduced him to you, but he never told me he was in
Right.
like a rapper.
Right. That
He's
shocked me.
a really good rapper, but I guess he was waiting to get to the WWE Fest to do all of that. And best of luck to him. And I'm
Yeah,
glad
for
that
real.
he's doing it because Leo is a very talented
He
guy, and
really
whatever
is.
he puts his hands on, he's gonna. But you met Velveteen, man.
Yeah, and I met what you call with you too, Kevin Steen, Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah. Today, I think it was his birthday was in this month. Start in this month, May.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's what's up, man. He
yeah.
was super cool. And what's my guys? The two the two
The
brothers.
young buck.
Yeah.
The young. They have a big company now called AEW. That's their
Right.
company.
Right.
Right. They're doing their thing, and I'm very proud of them. Who right now? All right. I mean, we're gonna ask you two questions from back in the day, and right now, who were your favorite wrestlers from back in the day, and who's your favorite wrestler now?
Man, Macho
If you still
Man.
watch wrestling, because I don't want to force you if you don't watch wrestling no more.
Yeah, Macho Man, Randy Savage, and Ultimate Warrior from back in the day.
Rest in peace to both of them.
Yeah, for real, for real. And now probably the Young Bucks, man, because like when the first time I saw them up there with you, I never saw anybody move around the ring the way that those guys did. I
Oh
never saw
man,
nobody do the things that they do in the ring, man. Like they were
Th-
amazing.
those guys are heck of a tag team. The whole company over there is booming
Yeah, they
right
doing
now.
their
You
thing.
know, it's just unfortunate that the whole COVID thing happens. There's a lot of uncertainty in the air for live events, for
Right.
wrestling, for sports, for entertainment, for everything. So it's kind of scary out
It
there, man.
is. It looks so weird to see the events with no people in the audience because that's what always made it. Aside from the
Right.
action, just the responses from the fans. And I kind of
From the
wonder how
fans.
they feel. Like, if you ever got a have you ever talked to any of the performers that's still out there doing it and like ask them like, how does it feel to perform like in front of an empty audience? Like, does it take
I
away
could
from it?
tell you how it. I could tell you how it is
Yeah,
because like a lot of the times before these guys even get signed to deals, you're performing just in front of
for
producers.
real?
You understand? Yeah,
Wow.
sometimes you're performing in front of maybe 10 people in the place watching you wrestle to see if they're gonna book you.
Oh, so it's like
So
taking it back to your
so
roots.
they're used to it.
Right. That's a
Yeah.
new insight on it because I always wondered if they felt discouraged, but if it's something that y'all
No,
did
no,
from the
no.
beginning, then it's
There's
probably
a lot
cool.
more pressure. Don't get me wrong, Woody.
Right?
All right, there's a lot more pressure because if you fuck up, excuse my language, I
Ah,
try
you
not to
good.
cuss, but if you mess up, all right, if
Yeah.
you mess up, everyone is gonna see it, especially when the fans are not there. The fans are there to cover up, the bullshit. Excuse my language. Wow, I did it
Ah,
again.
you good, man. See, my mouth is way worse than that. I'm being on my
All
best
right,
behavior right now.
I see that, and I appreciate it, my friend. Woody, I was saying, so we're gonna do this uh, quick game thing. All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna say three names, okay, and I just
Mm-hmm.
want you to tell me the first thing that comes to the top of your mind, okay?
Nice.
All right, Ric Flair,
Woo!
Karen Clark Sheard,
Royalty.
Hiram Hicks.
See, a smooth guy.
Why do you say it like that? Smooth guy. Why do you say it like that for Hiram Hicks?
He just a smooth talker, man. Like I could sit and listen to him talk like all day, and I just be entertained. And he don't even be trying to be entertaining. He just being himself.
He's just doing it, right?
Yeah, a lot of people was mad at him after seeing the program that you was talking about earlier, but I
I
couldn't
I
be
know.
because like I respect a person who is who they are all day long rather than a person who come to
Right.
you one way and be a whole opposite way. See what I'm saying? Like
You're absolutely
like
right.
the way
You're
he is, you
absolutely
can do
right.
nothing but respect it because he is who he is all day long. He don't try to. He's not sneaky. He's not snake like. He's just himself.
He's gonna be himself, and I'm glad that I learned from him.
Right.
He's a very shrewd businessman.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very shrewd businessman, and a lot of that I kind of used
Right.
uh, to my advantage in the wrestling business. Now, whether it's going to be successful or not, that's different because the wrestling business is a completely different animal. But one thing I do know, all
Mm-hmm.
right, is that one of my favorite songs of all time, all right, that is from Drew Hill. It actually starts with you singing on it,
My
my
man.
friend. All right. And I'm going to sing a little bit of it right now. All right. It's one of my favorites. I sang it to my
Oh
girlfriend
snap.
and she cried, my friend. All right. I'm gonna stay to
Hey,
myself with no one else around me. I'm gonna stay to myself so that no one else can find me.
hey, that's what
You see what I'm
I'm
talking
gonna
about?
do, my baby love, if I can't have you. Baby, I'm better off on my own.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was a great interview. Woody James Green, how can my friends and my fans find you and follow you and support whatever you decide you want to do here on God's Green Earth? How
My
can they
man,
do that?
I'm on Instagram as underscore James underscore Edward EDWARD underscore underscore, and I'm on Facebook as James Green, which is my government name. And I'm friends with the Prince, so you can, if
James,
you friends with him, you can find
there
me
you
right
go.
there on his friends list.
There you go. Hey, James Woody, get back to getting some, champagne with your lovely lady
Oh
over
yeah,
there. I
I
love
love
you,
you,
brother.
bro.
Be
Thanks,
great,
man.
and we're going to talk
Yes,
soon.
sir. You
Have a good
too.
one.
Thanks for joining me for another episode. I'll see you later, fools.
Then you might as well be